Welcome back to the new edition of Business Ethics. Business Ethics and Corporate Governance, one of the very important papers when it comes to the UGC norms. Ethics, and that is related with business, is the prime concern, and all the modules and all the chapters which will be coming up is going to focus on the two very important elements, that is ethics and corporate governance. Let's begin. Now, the first part is to understand what ethics is all about. Then we can see how it is being applied in business as well. So in simple terms, ethics is something which tells you the right way of doing things. It is simply that a discipline that deals with moral principles, social values, and it helps us to classify what is right, what is wrong, what is good, what is bad, avoid the bad things, and doing the good things is the prime focus of ethics. It is when it is applied in the business world, it is known as business ethics or corporate ethics. It is a form of applied ethics or professional ethics, and basically it examines ethical principles or ethical problems that are coming up because of non-following business ethics. It is universally accepted and applied to all aspects of business conduct. Moving ahead, there are definitions which are being given for business ethics. For understanding ethics, we need to also go into the deep details and the definitions given by renowned thinkers on business ethics. According to Andrew Crane, business ethics is the study of business situation, activities, and decision where issues of right and wrong are addressed. While Raymond C. Beaumont says, the ethics of business is the ethics of responsibility. The businessman must promise that he will not do any harm knowingly. Moving ahead, there are various dimensions of business ethics. Like any other activity, ethics also have different viewpoints or dimensions that are related with business, like rightful expectation from the employees, developing the sense of fraternity and belongingness, protecting the interest of the organization, no adverse comments on the organization in public, sense of loyalty towards the organization, sense of discipline, work ethics in terms of proper communication system, work ethics through appropriate system, and protecting the interest of the society. So all in all, we can say that the major focus when it comes to dimension is to take care of each and every stakeholder who is there involved in business. And that is the prime responsibility of each and every person who is associated with business. The next question which comes into account is, why do we need business ethics? How it is going to play an important role. In simple terms, when we follow what is ethically correct, it will help us or our business to sustain the stiff competition and be there in the business for a longer span of time. Because we need business ethics to stop business malpractices, safeguard the consumer's right, gain confidence of the customers, survival and growth of the business, creating goodwill, healthy competition, consumer satisfaction, and ultimately building a strong relationship with customers and clients. What are the different elements that are being found in business ethics? Like what are the different things associated with business ethics? So in an organization, we'll find there's a formal code of conduct when it is being said that they are following business ethics, or an organization which is ethically correct basically have a formal code of conduct and a committee which is basically dealing with ethics. There has been an ethical communication throughout at every level of the organization, office which takes care and monitor it, disciplinary system which is quite stringent for everyone from top to bottom and bottom to top. Ethical training programs are being organized from time to time to formulate as well as to inform each and every in the organization about the various things which are associated with ethics, and then keeping a monitoring or basically monitoring each and every activity to ensure that everything is followed in the right direction and right manner. The next thing which is very, very important when it comes to ethics are morals. Now, what are morals? Morals are those basically coming from the Latin word mores, that means for habits. Like when you teach a small kid about a story which contains certain things or a teaching, at the end you ask the child that what is the moral behind that story, and the person who has gone through it or the kid who has gone through it gives you a clear narrative that what has been understood by him when it comes to the moral of the story. A person who knows the difference between right and wrong and chooses the right one is said to be morally correct. A person whose morality is reflected in his willingness to do the right thing, even if it has the hardest or dangerous outcome, even then he is following that, then that means that person is ethically correct. Ethics and are moral values in action. Values. Now, when we talk about ethics, morals, responsibilities, values, morality, all these things are very closely associated with the term ethics. Values are basically more individual centric. According to the dictionary, values are things that have an intrinsic worth in usefulness or importance to the possessor, or principles, standards, or qualities considered worthwhile or desirable. So, therefore, ethics is basically learned by everyone. Morals are being understood and being learned by everyone, but it's the value system which makes it workable. It will be depending upon the possessor's values, that how he has perceived, understood, and analyzed, and then is behaving in a particular manner. So morals, though, are being learned by everyone, but it's the value that makes a difference between individuals. And lastly, what is the difference between morals and values for an individual? Morals are generally taught by the society to the individuals, while whereas values comes from within. It is more individual centric. Morals are going to be the same. Values may differ in people. Morals act as a motivation for leading a good life, while values can be called as an institution. Like being disciplined is going to be good for you, but are you a disciplined person will depend upon person to person and his own perception to understand the system and work accordingly. Next is morals are related to one's religion, business, or politics, whereas values are personal fundamental beliefs or principles. Morals are deep seated, whereas values keep on changing with time and need. So, here I conclude with the first part of Module 1, which basically gives you the conceptual framework or understanding of the terms related with ethics and how these terms, though considered the same, but have difference in their meaning, but play a very, very important role for an organization to be an ethical organization or an unethical organization. We will come back with the same series with part 2 very soon. Thank you. Till then, keep learning and most importantly, be ethical.